Welcome back, everyone. It's Will here. It's currently 9:46 p.m. Yes, like you all needed to know that. Anyways, I finally was able to, after many attempts of changing the options within the game, I was able to finally identify why it was doing that. Its anti-aliasing was causing the issue for my screen to just be white. So once I turned that off, everything else sort of kicked in just the way it should be. Let's see. Now we are, well, in Serral, and we have our king, Kyrus, here. Looking around, we see that there's Bannon Heisley, a champion to the west. He's an administrator, and he provides city production. Then we have Rosnira, a lore master. Produces 2 spells per turn. None of them really excite me. The Bones of the Dragon, that actually does. And seeing the Twilight honeybees is a good sign. Now, for what I'm looking for with this place, what would be a key development for where to place my village or town? It's locating resources like this. Before I set a city down this time, I'm going to do a little exploring first, and then go from there. So, let's see what the king can find. I like turning on the grid, just so I know what I'm looking at, and then go out. Hey, he found a dagger, and let's see how well that dagger works. Well, let's equip that dagger. Our king now actually has a weapon. No armor, generic clothing, which we saw when we first put them together, and some speed left to maneuver. So let's, again, remember that there's a goodie hut down here and someplace that we may be able to take advantage of. In the meantime, let's head this way towards this other aged beast remains. We are wandering the wastelands right now, so it makes sense. Round 1 is done. And the king continues exploring. And he found a pouch with 100 Gildar. Looking here out an oasis, a scenic view, as it were. I can make that as part of an aspect of my town to take advantage of it. And there's also misplaced wares there. Not knowing the region other than there's trees over this way and there's nothing right here, I'm going to sort of backtrack. In a minute, I'm going to circle up and around and back down. Just taking a survey of the area. So let's just move along and see what we see. Okay, next turn. 1, 2, 3. Yes. A potion. We know we are supposed to drink potions. If you watched any of my last videos, anytime we got a potion that was worth it, we drank it. You'll notice the defense value was a lot less than the previous one, but that's because there's more magic items to be found and more to explore and things of that nature. So, and another turn goes by. More terrain. Let's see, another turn. Just in case we're missing something, just a scenic view. It's actually kind of cool that they included something like that in the game. And some forgotten goods. Looks like we are so far alone up in this region of the continent, so we'll have to try to take advantage of the facilities as we get them. Alright, we have supposedly found a map of something. I believe that's what it said. And we're just going to continue traveling around. Our king moves with his trusty dagger, and he's going to pass through a wooded section. That means our speed's going to be reduced a little bit, unless we try to go around it. Though you can't see the trees right here, they're there. They're going to cost 2 movement to go through from what I see. So take that into account when you're moving. And our movement is reduced, and we'll continue on to the next turn. Which in this case we'll just zoom on down here. Because remember, we're still in the trees as we're moving along. So let's see. Next turn. Mind you, this is 12 turns, and we've picked up a couple things along the way that are worth it. He found something, some information. Couldn't tell you what it was. Oh, look at that. A Sand Golem leader. He's a rating 18. He's got a lot of hit points, and he's kind of tough. We've got a rating 12. Can't quite see it very well right there on the red on red, which would be probably pretty tough for our friends who are colorblind to see that. But I'm sure that's just more of an artifact of the place. So, reading from the Book of Arcane Knowledge. Let's see. We're going to head here. We don't know if we're going to beat that guy if he attacks us. We'll find out. It's a new turn. Let's move one here. Do here. Take a potion, which we'll probably need after getting our rears handed to us by the golem. And that was that turn. Any attacks? And will we survive? It's hard to say. I believe this was the end of King Kyrus, slain in battle by a nasty monster. We were defeated, and that was the end of Kyrus. The blood-stained flag of Altair lay tattered and beaten in the firm grasp of the broken Kyrus. Soldiers of the once great kingdom of Altar surrounded their fallen leader, some kneeling in reverence, most lifeless in internal company. Well, that's why you experiment with these things and prove that you can be defeated. I hope you enjoyed our Beta 2A first preview of Lord Kyrus, and now that we've seen what we were going to expect, death, we'll go ahead and restart this with Kyrus and explore the world again. See if we get new magic items, see if we get to new things. And actually, next time we'll avoid the golem, the one who's going to defeat us quite handily, because we had no armor, and, all things being what they were. It was fun.